Hey YouTube, the Bear Jew here. Today I have some gameplay courtesy of Downfall Cinemas, Obarawa, Chris, whatever you want to call him. His link will be in the description. But this video is going to be some Black Ops talk. It's not going to be shout outs or updates or anything like that, because every commentary I've put out recently has been like that, for the main reason that there's not much to talk about in Call of Duty commentaries anymore other than Black Ops, and I haven't put out a Black Ops commentary since the original teaser trailer because I thought it'd be a good thing to try to avoid stuff like that. And while that is disputably a good idea, I kind of want to do at least one commentary about it. So found a nice long gameplay sitting here on my hard drive, and that's what I'm going to do with it. Sorry about the slightly low quality. This has been downloaded multiple times. Yeah, so deal with it. Anyway, a lot of stuff on Black Ops. Basically, thanks to Twitter, we have learned that hundreds of people have had the internal beta outside of Activision. Probably thousands when you get to all the JTAGs and stuff. But officially, the people that Treyarch gave it to are Muzzafuzza, Zergriz, Hutch, and various other people. They all had the beta. And what they said is that it takes a COD 4 without stopping power amount of bullets to kill people. And I think that's a good thing. It'll, although one thing is you won't get those quad sprays, it seems. Every game you find somebody gets like a quad feed. You won't get as many as that because it's going to take a full clip to kill four or five people with an assault rifle. Like, say, a gun like the Scar with a 20-bullet magazine, you're not going to get more than 3 kills with that. And that, I think, is a much better idea than Modern Warfare 2, where you could potentially get like 6 kills with that Scar magazine. And, sorry, a little stutter thing there. You could potentially get like 6 kills with that magazine in Modern Warfare 2, and I think it's a good idea that they're trying to move away from the game. Obviously, there's a lot of misspoken stuff about how it looks similar to Modern Warfare 2. It really doesn't at all. I mean, other than that stuff that pops up on your screen, like First Blood, I haven't seen a single similarity in terms of visuals between this game and Modern Warfare 2, because it doesn't run on the same engine. It runs on a heavily modified COD World at War engine, very similar to, it's World at War engine, sorry, I was getting into something else. Oh, yeah, Steady Aim On, sorry about the beginning of the commentary, I think I said he had, like, Deep Impact or something. It runs on a heavily modified World at War engine, which means there's a chance bounces will be back, and bounces are the much-loved, trick shot type thing, where you can bounce off of an item, and it'll bounce you up in the air, and you can do it like a 360 or something. I'm sure Muzzle's going to be real happy about that, and Fuzza, and you know, those two people, not the same person. And a lot of people are going to be happy about that. The game's going to be amazing for montages. I think that was a goal going in to make it, because I was looking at people see the YouTube community as being pretty small. Well, we are the biggest community on YouTube right now. If you look at all the people at VidStats X or whatever it is, they keep track. For most subs gained per day, at least half that list, and a lot of people in like the top 20 are YouTube commentators, montage makers, gameplay people. Like, we're not a small community anymore. I'm not saying there's a lot of video makers out there, although there are, and that's gonna triple with Black Ops, and I don't think that's a good thing. But it's like the YouTube community for gaming is pretty big, and game devs are starting to realize this with Treyarch doing all this stuff to try to meet up with the community. And going back to the Black Ops beta, I think that Treyarch made the best out of a crappy situation by seeing that Activision wasn't going to let them have an external beta. So instead, they go out and give the beta to some major YouTube names. And also, according to an AIM chat, unofficial, unconfirmed AIM chat, might not be real. They might have purposely let the beta be hacked by JTaggers. This is completely rumor. I'm not backing it, although I hope it's true, because that would prove that JD 2020 and some of the other people at Treyarch are really being smart about this. They want to get the game out there and get as many positive remarks with the community out as soon as possible. Because with Modern Warfare 2, there was a lot of hype, but there was nothing behind that hype. Nobody had played the game. Very few have even seen the game before 10 days before its release. So, I mean, there was an internal beta, but it's estimated that internal beta had less than 100 people. I talked to somebody who was in it about 4 weeks ago, and he said that beta, Infinity Ward did a great job in the beta. They were focusing on elevators and, like, places to go to type glitches, kind of like the problems in old school free-for-all in COD 4. And those are the kind of glitches they focused on. And when you think about that, they did a great job. There aren't many weird hiding spots in Modern Warfare 2. Elevators were gradually patched as the game went on, and now there are pretty much none left. And they did a great job when it comes to that aspect, and I'm hoping Treyarch does a similar thing, but they do it with all that annoying exploits. There's a difference between glitches and exploits. Glitches are something that's not meant to be in the game. They're like elevators, like weird spots that you're not supposed to get in. Exploits are stuff that's in the game, that's supposed to be in the game, that people use for a reason that's not supposed to happen. Tack insertions, danger close, one-man army, those are exploits. Glitches are like those spots and everything. And that's that. Some other reasons, other things I want to talk about are the L96 sniper rifle. People are saying that it's gonna be another M40. It has similar power and similar aiming speed, but really the similarities end there. It is a bolt action, obviously, but it has a ton of recoil. It has almost Barrett 50 cal amount of recoil after each shot. While it doesn't really matter for a bolt action, it gives it a lot different of a feel than the M40. It obviously has a much different sound. It really has the feel of a really powerful sniper rifle when you're watching a video of it. Of like just a complete classic American thing. Like, I don't need to kill you, I need to blow you into smithereens type feel. And I think that's good for the game, because that seems to be the theme that Black Ops is going for with the explosive crossbow. They're trying to make a game that's fun and not super competitive, and I think they almost succeeded with that with World at War, but unfortunately the MP40 turned that around. But if you think about it, other than the MP40, there weren't any huge gun balance issues, and it was a pretty good game. I mean, even with the MP40, people are still playing it to this day, 2 years after release, and that's a pretty big feat that few games achieve. I mean, outside of Madden and NCAA sports franchises, people don't really go back to old games as much as I think they should. Because for Madden, you go back because a player was really good for 1 year and he was on your team, and your team sucks now, Eagles with McNabb, and you want to go back to an older team and play with them and let them be good. So I occasionally do that with games like Madden 04 and 05, where the Eagles are very good. And obviously, I'm not completely only an Eagles fan. I like other football teams, but obviously, I want the hometown team to do good. And sometimes you go back to the old game and you play it and you have a ton of fun. And World at War is one of those games that you could do. I mean, people don't use the MP40 as much, and if they do use it, you don't get as pissed off at it for whatever reason. I don't know the reason, but I don't know. I like the whole idea that they're going for. I hope that they execute on it, though. That's Treyarch's problem. They have great ideas for games, such as, hey, you have a SMG's no more range. I mean, you could fire long range like unlike real life, but it makes it feel more exciting. Well, that didn't really work out in World at War. And World at War also didn't have a really serious feel about it, mainly because our perception of World War II is really each side had very different weapons. While that is also true in Modern Warfare, games have never portrayed that, and movies have never really portrayed that, because you'll see people picking up enemy weapons and using them regularly. Like, you'll see good guys with mini Uzis and AKs, and you'll see bad guys with like M4s, and that perception is much different than World War II, where every good guy has to be using an M1 Garand or a Thompson or something like that, and every bad guy has to be using an MP40 or an STG or something along those lines. And that's another reason why World at War, I think, didn't do that well overall, because it should have adopted a system kind of like Medal of Honors, where you say have 5 or 10 classes. I know they only have 3, but where you have, say, 5 or 10 classes with weapons with the same stats as guns on the other side, but have a slightly different feel to them, and obviously are weapons for that side. And I think that'd be the best idea for a game like that. They don't really need to worry about that with these prototype weapons that are going to be in Black Ops, because prototype weapons don't really have a side. They're really private weapons, one-of-a-kind things. And Treyarch even said that not all of the guns in the game are going to be perfectly historically accurate. What they did was they researched it, and if there's any chance there was a prototype between the 1960s and the 1980s, they put it in the game. So that's what they did. And some of these weapons never even were really produced. I mean, the WA-2K, the WA-2000, only like 50 copies of the gun were made, because, I mean, while the design was revolutionary, it didn't help that much. It just made a big, sluggish gun that was, while accurate and looked cool, it wasn't as functional as a gun, say, like the M21 or the Dragunov SVD. And I'm closing the commentary on that. The final score was 70-something, and probably like 12, 13. I don't know. I can't see the score in my preview box. Anyway, YouTube, I'm the Bear Jew, and that's about it. Please go check out that channel and drop a channel comment. Help me win. Peace.